Sugar.
Mashugana.
Feel good.
Is this episode 9?
Who knows?
I think I just cracked my voice, too.
What's the title now? Let's get it off the top.
Dustin Poirier cheated.
Sure.
Thank you, all of you. Like, I thought about starting this episode with G reads mean comments from YouTube, but my favorite was this aged like milk, and with a clickbait title, you still only got 1,000 views.
Dog,
First
we got
of
like
all,
20 subscribers.
Yeah, the video before that got 43 views. So clearly, every title will be a clickbait title. I need all of you to know that I'm taking the piss.
Some merit to it, right? Like there's got to be some smoke behind it.
No, none. That's the point. Is I'm shit posting the title from here on out. And if you love us, you'll come. And if you don't, please just mean tweet.
We're just gonna get your view, I guess. We're
Yeah.
just gonna view, click farm, take it. We'll take anything.
Try to get those watch hours up so we can get monetized.
I guess, but they're literally gonna watch it for like 20 seconds,
Yeah, the average view duration is like 5%.
maybe 2 seconds. Just leave a comment and say, "Well, clearly, this is wrong."
Yeah, clearly you guys are trolls. And yes.
You are a troll.
Also, 9 fights on the undercard and main card total. I went 6-3.
Who knows what I did?
I'm so.
There's no possible way to look that up.
No. We probably should.
I will say, I think everything we said was right. Even though I picked Cheeto, I was right.
Expand upon that.
I said Sean would out-volume him like 3-1. I said Cheeto would start out slow, and he would need a knockout, and you couldn't knock Cheeto out, and I was right.
You were right on all those things. Yes, Sean hit him with everything except the kitchen sink. That man threw wrists.
He
That man
decapitated
threw
him with a knee.
both knees, both shins, both elbows, right hand, left hand.
Listen, I've seen Chino 50-45 before, but he has never looked like that after a fight.
No.
Sean good?
Yeah. Sean is actually really freaking
Sean
good.
might be good.
Sean's really good. Like, rewind the tape to our old podcast about 3 years ago, and I'm talking so much shit on Sean O'Malley.
Like, I know Cheeto's not probably worthy of being in the title fight. It was just, they had the previous matchup where Cheeto had the win.
Sean had to clean up that little asterisk on his resume.
Probably didn't deserve the title fight. Merab's next. Should be next.
Well, cut ahead. Skip over the fight real quick. Afterwards, calls out to Poirier. Poirier congratulates him
Dana
on a
already
good win.
said, I think, in the immediate press conference, like, he had no interest in that yet.
Dana didn't like champ stuff anyway.
I don't like champ stuff either.
It ruins both divisions.
It does. You don't want to clog up 145 or 135.
You basically just say everyone below the champ is worthless.
Because they're going to have to figure out Spain, and that's going to take some time. So get a title fight between.
Okay, so one thing I saw on the internet is when you go look up the next card on Google, at the very bottom, it says Justin Gaethje, Max Holloway canceled. Now, it's still in there as well.
It's not canceled.
I don't know what I'm reading into.
You're reading into nothing. It's literally the co-main at 300.
Well, second. It's third.
Oh, it's third?
Yeah.
They moved the
Whaley.
strawweight fight?
Yep.
Yeah. Dude, but Sean looked good.
Amazing. First of all, what Sean is so good at, and I went back and I watched the first Cheeto fight leading up to this, and what I noticed is that even after Sean loses all control of that foot and like hits that pineal nerve, and he's only standing left-footed, Cheeto barely hits him.
I know.
First off, still can't close the distance, still can't put hands on him.
Cheeto is just doing too much analyzing, right? He's computing. He's trying to get those movements. Sean's not letting him do that. But, man, Cheeto's got to throw more volume. Cheeto's got to go for it. This is probably your last title fight, like your last chance at a legitimate title. How are you not going for broke?
I can see him getting another shot with a run, and if O'Malley isn't the champion.
The Bantamweight division's too stacked.
You're saying he doesn't have the abilities?
Yeah, he's not going to beat, like I said, he got 50-45 by Sandhagen before. It's not like he's going to beat Merab. That division's just stacked.
It is.
But this is your last one, man. You didn't go for broke, and he seemed like content, like he was fine, just getting his ass beat for 5 rounds.
Yeah, and he really did get his ass beat.
He did.
Yeah.
He's never like bled in the cage before.
No. No, he got messed up. Sean might be the best fighter in the UFC at controlling distance. And that's including John Jones.
Right now. And it's not like Izzy point fighting, right? He actually fucked Cheeto up.
Yeah, I mean, other guys like Dan Hooker, Izzy, you look at guys like Anderson Silva back in the day. They put you wherever they wanted to put you. But Sean still...
Did you put Dan Hooker in the same conversation?
Do you not remember those wars Dan Hooker had with Dustin Poirier?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say he's like great at controlling range.
I would say so. I'd say there's one extremely good ability Dan Hooker has.
I think he's just really
to
tough.
control range.
He has a concrete head that can take Jalen Turner's best kick.
That man threw a baseball bat at his head.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Sean O'Malley, is he the next superstar? Or is he the UFC's biggest star?
ESPN headline, is Sean O'Malley him?
Is that really?
No, I don't know. That's something they would say.
They would trying to be cool, but then like completely ruin it.
Yeah, something on like First Take.
Yeah. Oh God. On DC and RC, which is no longer a show, but
DC and the bad guy, or whatever. Right. Good guy and bad guy.
Good guy. Also, another new podcast I kind of like.
No, let's not promote other people's stuff. We still have to get ours off the ground. We have, again, 30 subscribers.
Yeah, but our trolls, we have somehow found our way into this corner of the internet of MMA trolls, and I love it.
They are the worst fan base to try to fuck with.
I finally feel welcome and at home. I don't know if it's because my dad did, growing up, but...
What's your dad? I mean, he trafficked drugs, not children, drugs.
Yeah, but I think, well, I don't know where trafficking children came from.
Well, I said trafficked.
Oh.
And then usually it's like either one of two things.
You've been spending way too much time at your job. Sorry, that's a little inside joke for like the 10 fat followers of ours. Let's go talk the real fight of the night.
No, did your dad also recognize the death of the creator of Dragon Ball Z?
He did not.
Okay. Cartel had a ceasefire for a couple days.
I mean, Akira Toriyama probably deserved that.
Probably.
The best tweet I saw, probably from the whole weekend, and like obviously a bunch of stuff happens.
Has anyone checked on Izzy?
No, what happened to Izzy?
No, I'm saying like.
Oh yeah, from that.
He's got to be
hurting
down in the dumps right now.
The best was Akira. Good luck on the Snake Road. And I was just like, "Yep, that's the one. That's the one. Good luck, buddy." Just kind of hit home. Want to cry a little bit. I also think I should go back and rewatch all of Dragon Ball.
I now think Sean could beat Merab more so than I obviously thought Merab was going to run through him, but now I'm like only 95% sure Merab's going to run through him.
Like you, in your mind, you see a world where Sean stops Merab.
There's a world where he stops the takedowns and then just like fucks up Merab for 5 rounds. Yes.
So the hardest, like we just got back from wrestling practice. Dan was a little late for the podcast today. Got to meet a few of my wrestlers. And the hardest person to take down is someone who's long. When they can get those legs back and out and slide away, you can't get a control of those hips as much. Like if Merab is going to take Sean down, it's going to be against the cage. He's going to need the cage to stop Sean's backward movement. It's so hard to take someone down as they're moving backwards.
Yeah.
It's the whole point of the stall call in wrestling. You have to engage.
And I also don't think he wants any smoke from Topuria, because I think Topuria is too big.
Yeah.
Topuria would go and fuck him up. If they actually fight in Spain, that's where Sean gets
Is it, though?
Changed.
Because with his length, Topuria's not a tall 45er.
No. But he's also lean. He's not like going to fill out that much. Topuria is fucking thick.
He is, but I'm saying Sean can still control distance. He's got the reach advantage already, probably.
Yeah, but Topuria is also a very good boxer and definitely has the advantage on the ground.
Dude, Sean's jiu-jitsu is very underrated.
Yeah, we've never seen Topuria really fuck with his, but it's also good.
Yeah.
Other than the Ryan Hall fight where he just like stopped.
He just pulls his leg out the whole time because he keeps trying to leg lock him. Honestly, though, like no matter how good you are as a grappler and you're going up against Ryan Hall, like, yeah, that's what
And they're both going to get better, give it a year, 2 years.
The Sean O'Malley fought last night was so much better than the Sean O'Malley who fought Cheeto the first time.
That was definitely like Conor's fight against Eddie Alvarez, where although that was peak Conor, right? Conor only went downhill from that fight.
Yeah.
But Sean's much younger at this point in his career. and I think he's only going to grow and get better. He's got like another 3 or 4 years.
Sean has so much better of a team around him than Conor has.
Maybe. Well, yeah. Fight-wise.
Fight-wise.
Friend-wise, I don't know.
I mean...
His crew's a little
How many of
sus.
your boys are going to just get on an airplane and fly across the world and then go attack Khabib's bus?
Yeah. I don't know if it's the Nelk boys that are going to do that.
So you're talking about his chain?
Yeah.
His Happy Dad chain that has...
Just his crew that he hangs out with in Miami.
You know, I think he gave Steve...
I actually like Sean. I think it's the people he hangs out with that make him worse.
I don't think you heard me, Dan. I think Steve Will Do It has Sean O'Malley's belt.
That sucks.
It's insane.
That's awful.
Sean was doing his podcast, and he was like, "Oh, if you guys notice, the belt's not here anymore. So they gave it to Steve."
Maybe he's just like overly nice.
I think so, and I also think he can get another belt anytime he wants. Like I was talking to Chuck, we were talking to Chuck about that a while ago, and he's like, "I got 5 of them in the closet."
He's definitely in his own head too, because I remember when he initially called out to Poirier, he then like 2 days later ran it back. Was like, "Oh, you guys got really upset that I'm not giving Merab a shot, so Merab's next." Also, Merab's he's starting to get some steam with the fan base.
He is.
He's very likable.
It's extremely like.
I actually think they'll end up liking each other after the fight.
Probably.
They'll hang out.
Probably. There's a bunch of those wrestling memes where it's like, "Oh, I thought you were an asshole."
Yeah.
Merab's everything we want Henry to be. Merab is everything we wanted all of the Eastern European fighters to be.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know about Henry. Henry almost turned into you with. He's just clickbait title in real life. He's just a shit poster in real life. He knows what he's doing. It's not good. Certainly not good.
No, that's why I think Usman balances him out so well.
I haven't listened to their show, but I do like Henry as a coach and some of the stuff that he posts, just coach-wise.
Yeah, or his fight breakdowns are amazing. Like he can do X's and O's better than anyone. He just can't talk shit.
Can we talk about the most exciting fight of the night, though? Granted, the main event, awesome. Cheeto, super tough.
It was our boy who cheated the entire fight.
He didn't cheat.
He cheated the entire fight, Dan.
No, I think literally the title should be Poirier still trying to jump Gilly.
No, see, I don't. That's not clickbait enough.
Because Poirier, it doesn't matter where he is in a fight, he will attempt to jump Gilly.
It's his best submission.
It's not. He always puts himself in a worse position when he does it.
Let me run a stat by you here. I don't know if you know this or not. I don't think Dustin Poirier has ever had a guillotine finish in the UFC or in an MMA career at all.
I'm sure he's had it, right?
Look it up. Sure dog it right now.
Do you think
I'll entertain the people.
Chasing the high?
I think he hits it in practice all the time.
And he's like, I got to get this.
I think as a non-wrestler, when he was coming up and learning jiu-jitsu, the Gilly was the go-to.
That fight was awesome, though. BenoitSaint-Denis was fucking... He was a bull in that first round. He was just like, all right.
First of all, when you guys say these takes went bad, we called that fight exactly how it's going to happen.
Yeah, we did say
he's going to win a 3-round fight.
In case y'all forgot, fight.
Yeah.
We said BenoitSaint-Denis is going to just be... He's going to use his just sheer size and strength and just be a total fucking...
Just come at him.
Monster, which he was. And Poirier, you know what his best quality is? When he's under fire and he's taking shots, he throws fight-ending shots too.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just get off me shots. It's like, no, I'm going to also try to end you here.
I think he's the best boxer in the pocket.
Yeah, you can make an argument for that right now.
Outside the pocket, open striking,
he's fine. But when he's under fire and it's like,
we're trading back and forth and you're reaching at him, he's
we're gonna
so
throw.
Tight and so technical.
One of us is going to go down. It ain't going to be me.
And even if he does, it's okay. I mean, it takes a leg to put him down.
I can't believe Saint-Denis didn't rip his arm off at the end of the first round. I thought he was going to take it with him.
So they zoom in and you kind of see some pops in the back of his arm, and I'm like, did he just lose a ligament? Because it was right as the.
I was like, BSD is going to take that to his corner.
Yeah,
he's like, Poirier no longer has an arm,
and then took his back in the second. And I was just like, he took his back in the first and the second, actually.
That was also a best case scenario for him in a loss because he still looked like an animal.
Yeah.
He's going to be a problem. He just got to learn defense, which he never will. I hope he doesn't. He's essentially old Justin Gaethje.
Yep.
Yeah. He is our new Justin Gaethje because Gaethje has now, matured. He's become a smarter fighter. Which,
I mean, that's what happens when you train with one of the best in the world.
Yeah.
So,
But I like a guy that's just reckless. So BenoitSaint-Denis might be my new favorite fighter.
He's French, though.
Yeah, but he's French military. He was special forces. He's like French Tim Kennedy.
Again, you said that last time, and I'm telling Tim you said that.
Dude was like in operations in Africa. He's seen some shit.
I'm telling Tim.
I'm sure he's fine with it. I'm sure he's like, yeah, BenoitSaint-Denis is a fucking animal.
He's literally going to say he's French.
He might say that.
Yeah. He's America first, brother.
Yes, but I believe French special forces are pretty good.
Probably. I mean, no disrespect to
They're
special forces at all.
Yeah.
Or anyone who serves their country. You have my utmost respect. One thing I was talking to one of my wrestlers about.
Also, fucking technically Poirier is French-ish. He's Cajun.
You take that back. He's more vampire than he is French.
He's Poirier. Dustin Poirier.
BenoitSaint-Denis.
Yeah, it was two Frenchmen just throwing down.
Just one upper class Frenchman and one.
And a dirty swamp Frenchman. And the dirty swamp Frenchman won. He persevered.
I know. So
Dustin's going to get a title shot, right?
He has to.
Because Max and Gaethje are going to fuck each other up. Islam's going to want to fight in June or July, sometime in the summer. And Gaethje won't be available. I guess like maybe Oliveira, Sarukian.
I think they're setting the.
They could turn it around if they get a quick finish, but I think they're also going to fuck each other up.
I think Charles is going to beat him.
Sure, but you going to take some damage? Because Charles always takes damage.
You're right. I agree with that.
I just don't think they're both at 300. They're not going to be able to turn it around in a month or two. And Islam's already set this up. Islam is great at the fight promotion game because he tweeted immediately after. He's just like, "Oh, that was very good job, Diamond. Very good job."
Mm-hmm. It's almost like talking shit with like your compliments.
But he's also setting it up, right? He's like, "All right, yeah, maybe." Even though Dustin got knocked out by Gaethje's not going to be available because he took this fight because he's a fucking like.
Well,
he went YOLO. He's like, "Yeah, fuck it."
What did brother say? What did brother say? Brother said that Dustin was the hardest fight he fought in the UFC.
Sure, because he jumped Gilly.
I listened to brother. I'm starting growing my beard.
No mustache.
No
mustache.
No mustache, long beard. Yeah, I'm so happy and I'm so proud of Dustin. And
I love him in the cage.
He's that old guard.
He is,
or the middle. He's not the old guard. He's that middle guard.
Yeah. He's not even a gatekeeper. He's not. He still got it.
Mm-hmm.
He's still.
Yeah, he can't beat the champion.
Again,
2 times he had a title shot.
He is the best fighter to never hold a undisputed belt.
Yes, when we talked about that last time.
Yeah. And still also, probably a top 5 guy, top 5 star in the UFC.
Really? Right? Top 5 star?
Top 5 star, I think.
Was it his fights with Conor that
Yeah, he got the Conor rub for sure. But I mean, also those fights against Max, fights against Gaethje.
Little segue from 2-9 real quick. I've been rewatching a lot of Conor's career. I think this has been the longest con we've ever seen.
Conor?
I think he was done after the Eddie Alvarez fight.
I told you that was his peak. And then he just
he fights Nate.
Yeah, he fought Eddie. Then he fought Floyd. Right? Was Floyd before or after?
No,
Eddie?
Nate was before that.
No, I'm talking. Was Floyd before or after Eddie?
After.
Yeah. It went Eddie Alvarez, Floyd, and then he just like
no.
Then he went Khabib, didn't he? He gave up his belt.
No, the Nate fights were in between that. He beats Eddie. He's champ.
That's not true. I'm looking it up right now.
Do it.
Yeah.
Because the fight back from Floyd was Cowboy.
No, it was Khabib. Because he gave up the belt, but he then fought Khabib
for
the belt.
You're right.
All the Nate stuff was before Eddie Alvarez.
Was it?
I believe.
Look that up for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up.
Check my casual right now.
Yeah.
Because
you're speaking with such confidence.
I mean, my point could be completely. I really thought it was.
No, I was under the impression that. Yeah, so he fought Nate before Eddie.
When was the second Nate fight?
So it went auto. He lost to Nate Diaz, beat Nate Diaz, beat Eddie, then fought Floyd, and then came back and fought Habib. Then it took another 2 years off and fought Cerrone.
Why did he take that time off after the Habib
Because
fight?
he made all that money in the Floyd fight.
That's right. He just didn't want to do.
And then also, I believe the suspension, obviously all the shit that happened with Habib and
Was
the
that
aftermath.
Oh,
He was technically suspended, him and Habib.
both of them were
Yeah.
for a year?
I think 6 months, but it's Conor. He had money. He didn't have to fight.
You know, sometimes, you know, you price yourself out of being able to compete in the organization anymore. It happened to Ronda.
It seems like Francis might come back to MMA.
I don't think he's ever fighting again.
You don't think he's ever going to fight again in any?
I mean, let's continue this segue and we'll work our way back
we'll
to
get back to
299. No, like we're on Francis now. One, how'd you feel about that fight?
It went exactly how I guess people thought the Tyson Fury fight would go.
This is how every MMA versus boxer fight should gone.
Go in boxing. Yeah, Anthony Joshua just took it seriously.
Yeah, to the body, jab to the body, jab to the body.
Also, why is Francis switching to southpaw in a minute? Dog, he's not chopping your leg. You can't box normally. Why are you trying to box in another style?
He looked awkward. Francis, like, his glove movement, like his stance, his footwork.
The first time was okay, whatever.
Yeah, he like
second time
back.
he got dropped, I'm like, ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then that's when he gets the standing 10 count, and then he just like the second punch after that.
Then that
count.
third knock. I mean, the knockout was just brutal.
Yeah, it was the knockdown.
They
stand him up, and then Joshua just walks back in and gives him brain damage. The way he crumbles under his knees like that,
like a folding chair. He should take some time though. Definitely take. I mean, that fucking PFL fight will always be there with Ferreira. So just take a year off and come back to PFL. There's no reason to box anymore. What's out there? What is going to sell? Like Wilder? Wilder just fought and lost.
Yeah, no one wants to see it.
No.
Like his boxing is like, he's a scary man and hits harder than
But I want him
anyone.
fighting MMA, so I have no interest in the boxing shit. All I saw was the knockout. I didn't really.
I don't think this Francis.
I went back and
I
found an illegal stream to watch it, but it wasn't a long fight, obviously.
No, you could have watched it on Twitter.
Yeah, you didn't have to buy it.
No.
Again, I don't know how boxing makes money or pays these guys $20 million a fight.
Corruption.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Corruption, yeah.
But we'll get back to UFC. Poirier, it was awesome because it's like, all right, these two guys are going to chuck it. Dustin's going to throw straight. BSD's going to throw hooks. And obviously, straight wins every time.
Except for Poirier knocked him out with a hook.
Right, but he was faster. He was faster.
We are so casuals. I love it.
It's not that, though, but like throughout when they were in the pocket, it was mostly when he really...
He tagged him up.
He dropped him first with, I think, a straight. I think he hit him straight on, and then he hit him with the hook when he got back up.
You possibly could be right. I got to go back and watch that again. Third fight on the card.
Yeah, I mean, it happened. MVP, that was okay, sure. I've never seen Kevin Holland so flustered in a fight.
He's so hard to hit, and that's the thing that people don't realize. And everyone kept looking at him like he was a Bellator fighter. And if you're not a fan and don't know who this man is, you know, a couple of the people slipped through the cracks. They're in different divisions. You know, you had Chandler there for years.
It's not that I disrespected him because he was a Bellator fighter. I just disrespected him because I thought Kevin Holland would be able to. I didn't think he would do the Stephen Thompson thing where he was going to stand up with him the whole time. I thought he was going to take him down, just kind of work him on the ground.
All right, so let's talk about that. The Stephen Thompson fight was probably our biggest indicator of how this fight was going to go, right? Mm-hmm. And Kevin Holland kind of hung with him on the feet a little bit, right?
No, he got fucked up.
But
Thompson, literally, I think that's the only time Holland's been stopped. It was a TKO in the fourth round.
But it didn't look as bad.
It looked bad. Dude, no. Thompson really fucked him up because Kevin Holland didn't get, like, he looked frustrated and, like, MVP was fucking with him, but he didn't really tag him up that much.
No, but MVP's just that much faster.
Yeah, he was
that's what I was getting. He's that much faster than Thompson as well. Thompson will hit you with a combination, a karate blitz, and then finish it with an overhead kick or finish it with something else, some big kick. MVP will get in there, blitz you, pull right back out.
All right, hear me out.
Okay.
MVP, just off that Kevin Holland fight, is now above Bilal in getting a title fight with Leon.
I agree with that statement.
They're going to fucking strap the rockets to him and be like, later, Bilal.
Maybe the title gets changed to Bilal Muhammad, UFC champion.
I do feel bad for Bilal. I don't like him as a fighter. He seems like a fine human.
Amazing human.
Seems like a
one of the
great
best
human.
guys. Like, so respectful, has his head on straight,
Super
trains hard.
thick. And you know what it is? He just reminds me of one of my fraternity brothers that I didn't like. He was just corny.
Yeah. The corniness, it gets you. But, like, some people are just born with it, man.
Yeah. Yeah. But he's tree trunk legs, super thick, jacked. All indications a great guy, nice guy. But yeah, dog, it's sports hate. It's a sports hate. It's not a real hate. I just don't like you as a fighter.
I get that. I can understand that.
It's like, disliking a team.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I fucking hate the Cowboys too.
I'm sure Bilal will understand that.
Yeah, I'm sure he will.
Yeah.
I'm sure fighters are super logical and
they're just like, oh yeah, I get what you're saying.
I get it. You're calling
NFC
me
East.
You called me the Dallas Cowboys? Hell yeah. But like, nah, dude, you're more like, I don't know, a team that I don't really that don't draw up the same amount of interest, because that's too much of a compliment to call them the Cowboys.
Right. He's like the Patriots now.
Yeah. Patriots after Belichick.
Where it's like, we still hate you for Belichick, but now you're terrible.
Yeah. Even though you're but that's also disrespectful to Bilal.
Bilal, yeah.
I got to find a good middle ground.
You got to find this analogy.
Yeah.
Yeah, super pumped with MVP. He's got a couple more good fights in the UFC. He's a very interesting fighter. Do I think he finds his way to a title shot? No.
MVP, Leon, England. Maybe next. Because next up, Jack Della.
Looked amazing.
Didn't look amazing. He was losing the fight.
To come back?
Great comeback. That's what it was. I feel my heart goes out to Gilbert Burns. Burns was winning that fight. Even on the scorecards that came out, he was up 2 rounds. And Jack needed that finish, and he got it. That fucking knee from hell out of nowhere. I was devastated because I had a Gilbert Burns ticket.
Yeah, we really thought Gilbert had that locked up.
I was buying drinks at the bar. I was like, yeah, this is all me, guys. I got this.
Was that the last party parlay?
No, it was a single bet. I had a decent amount of change on Gilbert Burns at plus 125.
It happens.
That sucked. Yeah. There's nothing worse than when you are winning the fight and you're like, oh, I was right. Like, because that's all you care about.
You're like, right. This guy is the better fighter. He would win most of the
if they fought 10 times, he probably wins 7 or 8.
Right.
But, that fucking perfect knee just caught Gilbert, and props to Jack.
Yeah.
And then he called out Shavkat, who nobody wants to fight. So, I mean, sure, dude, you're going to get run, but I respect your confidence.
The Shavkat Neil Magny fight kind of changed my opinion on him a little bit.
Why?
Like, Neil Magny's good, and we've talked about this recently, not crediting Neil Magny enough.
He's not good. But Shavkat still finished him.
Such an awkward, ugly fight. So sloppy.
He still finished him. He finished Jeff Neal. If anything, the Jeff Neal fight would make you come back to earth on Shavkat, because Jeff Neal was probably, maybe, potentially winning that fight before getting choked out.
From standing?
Yeah.
Standing head and arm choke?
Yeah. Dude, Shavkat's different. All right. That's your future champ.
And Chimaev have hit the skids for me. It was the Gilbert Burns.
Chimaev certainly, because Chimaev hasn't fought anybody at middleweight. Really,
he went from smash everybody to fight nobody.
He's fighting welterweights at middleweight.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird. Like, the Usman fight was.
Usman wins that fight if it's 5 rounds.
Yeah, I believe that.
He also lost to Gilbert Burns, maybe.
That's the one that proved it was human.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the Gilbert Burns fight. It was like,
and you know what it was? The appeal of Shavkat was he was fighting every 2 weeks during COVID.
No, Chimaev.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Or yeah. Chimaev, the appeal of Chimaev was he was fighting every 2 weeks during COVID, and then now he fights maybe once a year.
Yeah, he was just like living at the Saudi Center or whatever. He's like, I'll fight again.
I guess he has visa issues. He can't really. I don't think he can.
Oh, he had
fight
like
here.
the COVID issues that he was real sick for a long time, and
He's
then
always super sick.
I think some of the company he keeps is on some lists somewhere.
Yeah, I don't think he's allowed in our country because he's like, he's like homies with the head of the Chechen army.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
But great win for JDM.
Mm-hmm. Now we're getting to the ones I got wrong. Well, we kind of started
Jan
that.
and Song Yadong.
Mm-hmm.
Jan looked great.
He did.
But it was also, we didn't factor this in. That was a winner go home matchup for him, for Jan.
I thought he was going home. I thought the last one was a winner go home.
He's been on a sneaky, terrible losing streak. Not terrible, like in the fact that
Has he won a fight in the last 3 years?
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, he's losing to all these guys that are really good, but also when he personally need Aljo in that title fight, it almost changed everything in his career.
Completely.
It like ripped
that was
the portal in space.
Space-time continuum, just because he went from being the Terminator. We're like,
Yes.
no one is touching Peter Yan. Like, you may give up round one, and then he's just going to download the data.
And then
finish
his
you.
own stupidity just like, I think it's a totally different career if he never does that. He could still be champion.
I think
he's that good.
I think it's more on his coaches.
Yeah.
His coaches told him to.
But he's also, man, you got to be smarter. You just got to know the rule set of the sport you'll participate in. I don't know.
You know, it's hard. Fighters aren't the smartest.
You get hit in the head for a living. I get it.
Almeida, Curtis
talk
Blades.
about a dude that is really good at sitting in the pocket. Really good boxer is Jan. Jan looked great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Almeida hype train. It's over. He finally ran into a wrestler.
Yep.
Curtis Blades did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Curtis Blades, Tommy, do it.
Let's go. Run it back.
Run it back.
You already got the story. It's basically Cheeto versus Sean, but at heavyweight.
Put it on the same card with Leon. Do it in England.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have it be the co-main for the England fight.
Mm-hmm. No, that'll be the main event.
No, it'll be Leon.
You think so?
Has to be.
Heavyweight.
Title over interim title. Come on now.
It's the real title, though. John's never fighting again.
First of all, quit. I'm not going to have you disrespect my man like that.
I'm just saying he's not going to fight again.
You're disrespecting the GOAT.
So is Connor's never fighting again. John's never fighting again. It's over.
I still believe that it was better for Chandler's career to anticipate fighting Conor.
It's not.
His social numbers went through the roof.
Gamrot called him out, right? He's like, stop waiting on Conor.
That's a bad matchup for Michael.
For Chandler, yeah. Gamrot is, I mean, he's very sloppy, but he somehow always wins his fights. RDA looked good, first off. I've never seen RDA look as sharp as he had in the last couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about former champion.
Yeah, but he's kind of, been on the, downturn of his career. He's 39. He looked good, though. Looks sharp, but Gamrot, going to Gamrot, he's always going to make you look bad, too. He can somehow pull out the win.
At 39 at lightweight, it's just not happening. I'm sorry.
No, I think I'm trying to think of like RDA's next fight, who it should be against.
Bobby Green.
Yeah.
The winner of Bobby Green, Jim Miller.
Yeah. He could just be in fun fights.
Mm-hmm. He still has ability. He still has a name. He can sit on those undercards.
I don't want him to be a
pay-per-views.
stepping stone anymore for like younger guys. Just get the older guys together and do an old guy fight club.
I mean, like,
why not? Let the old guys fight each other.
But then it's hard with card placement.
No, because they could be like the feature prelim. Like they're big names that they could.
I don't know how the economics work on that.
I don't know either. They could also, I mean, they're also big enough names to headline at Apex.
I don't hate
God,
that.
you see the fucking cards coming up?
I don't hate
It's
that.
fucking brutal. We got another month of just trash.
I'm going to check that real quick.
It's going to be bad. I mean, that's what happens when you stack 299 and 300, but we can't be having all these fight night cards every week.
Let's bring that up real quick.
Because essentially it's just Dana White's Contender Series.
Which no one watches anymore.
On the Apex. Yeah, no.
Yeah, Tai Tuivasa versus Tiberia. We got OSP on that card. That's where he is.
Tiberia's in another. He's headlining another card.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're telling me RDA can't fucking headline Apex? Are you kidding me?
Who wins that fight? I think
Marcin Tybura has like headline. Somehow he's like weirdly headlined like 4 or 5 shows, and it's against like Derek Lewis or fucking Rosenstrike.
And the next one's Amanda Rebus versus Rose.
Oh my God, what are we doing?
Rose is a big draw. Like,
Is she still? I still have such a bad taste in my mouth from that Carla fight.
Oh wow, UFC on ESPN. Aaron Blanchford versus Manon Forot.
But that has at least stakes, right? The winner that's getting a title shot.
But the fight before that is Chris Weidman versus Bruno Silva.
That has the opposite of stakes. That's Old Guy Fight Club.
Yeah,
that's Old Guy Fight Club.
That is exactly what you wanted.
Yeah, that's true. I
guess maybe you flip those two, right?
No, because the Blanchfield fight has stakes.
So that has to be the headline?
Yeah. And she's good. She's probably going to hold the title. I mean, the winner of that's going to probably win the title.
And then the one after that is Marvin Vettori versus Brendan Allen.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a thing. That's a fight. I'm liking Brendan Allen more and more. He's getting better. Vettori seems to be on kind of the downside of his career.
All he really had was counter wrestling and punching.
He was really good at getting hit.
Mm-hmm.
He was Homer Simpson.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was Cheeto this week.
And then we're on 300. So I get it. With 300 being so stacked, there's just only so much in the division.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Anybody impress you on the prelims?
Let me go back to that.
Oh, dude, you know who is awesome again? Because he's fighting at 185. His true weight class. He doesn't have to cut weight. Michel Pereira.
Yeah.
Dude, yes. Give him a top 15 guy.
No. He didn't deserve it.
Yeah, he's won 7 straight. He's won 7 straight fights.
Really?
Yes.
The man who does backflips on people.
Because now he's fighting at his true weight. He does fucking dances he does choreographed dances into the ring. He then break dances on a fool when he chokes him out.
I just remember that Nico Price card where I got them switched and I had it on that parlay.
Yeah. You're like, oh, shit. I thought Nico Price was Michel Pereira.
Yeah. Literally, when the casual comes back to haunt you, you're putting money on a fight. What do you think one fighter
He's also
is
much
the other?
younger than you think. How old do you think Michel Pereira is?
33?
I think he's only 30, which is nuts. I'm gonna check that real quick.
He is 30 years old. October 6th, 19.
He looks much older, and it could be one of
His
those.
record is 30-11.
He fights a lot, and he's won 7 straight. But he lost all those fights because he was doing backflips and running on the cage.
When was his last loss?
Who was his last loss? Because
Diego Sanchez?
Oh yeah, that was just a weird fight. I think did he get disqualified for that or?
Yep.
He got DQ'd, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me make sure that's his only loss.
What the fuck did he do? I forget what he did.
I don't remember. Was
it a post-fight disqualification or was it like in cage? Because he's just reckless.
It was from 2020.
He's a wild man.
And before that, he lost to Tristan Conley in 2019. He's only lost 2 fights in the UFC, it looks like.
Yes. He's awesome. He's fucking awesome.
Why have we not tried to put this man on a run? He's fought in not cans, but
and he's a little bit more reserved. He stopped doing literal backflips in fights.
There was a Stephen Thompson fight
with
him.
He missed weight.
Yeah.
Really bad. He missed by 10 pounds.
And that's when Wonderboy was like, nah, I'm not fighting.
Wonderboy sat out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Dana was not happy.
Dana was not happy. No.
So, no, he did get a shot against, but now he's moved up to 185. Yeah, dude, fucking throw him in there with, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Who's a top 15 guy that would make sense?
85?
Yeah. Someone that's kind of like, in the back end.
Vettori?
I don't. Yeah, I could see Michelle Pereira fucking up. I guess Vettori, especially if he loses to Brendan Allen.
Cannonier maybe.
Cannonier's too high.
I think Cannonier knocks his block off too.
Yeah. I'm talking like the back end of the top 15. Let's look at the middleweight rankings.
Bobby Knuckles?
First off, how dare you?
I'm just trolling at this point.
Especially after his last performance. How dare you?
How dare you?
So, yeah, maybe like maybe Paula, dude, no, yes. Paula Costa, Michelle Pereira. Give it to me right now.
That's the fight.
Yeah.
Although Paul Costa feels like he's so much bigger.
No, Michelle Pereira's a beast. He's big.
Is.
He's big.
He is.
I mean, they're both beasts. They're both Adonises.
It's true.
That's just fun. Just give me that.
That's the fight.
Give me that.
That's the fight for sure. Back to 299. What else went down at 299? We're back to some other fights.
Homie, the kickboxer or whatever, the fucking giant from, I think, the DR.
No, it's from Cuba, right?
Is he from Cuba or the DR?
Their flags look the same.
Yeah.
The Taekwondo guy. He's like 6'8".
He got to finish in like 8 seconds.
Yeah, Josh Parisian is a can. So
I respect Parisian. Like, I'm gonna run at you with my chin up. I'm gonna get got.
Yeah. Did we talk about the Kyler Phillips Munoz fight a little bit? Yeah.
Kyler Phillips looked good.
He looked great. For me,
Pedro Munoz is a tough motherfucker.
I thought he had more in the tank. Like going back and watching his old fights.
He's older.
Yeah.
He's just older.
Was he 37?
Yeah, he's either 37, 38.
Yeah.
And at that weight class.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, the fact that he can just hold up, though. Again, another guy that's never been finished.
37, yeah. For me, Kyler Phillips is just like frat Clay Guida.
No, I was gonna think like he's just like off-brand Sean.
That's disrespectful to Sean.
It's like Sean without the tattoos, the hair color, and also just like a slightly different shade.
What's that new app that everything's buying things from? Like Tumi or Fumi?
Yeah, with the China app.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like the Chinese knockoff
The
version.
Wish.com version of Sean O'Malley.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's remotely close to.
Mom said we had Sean O'Malley at the house when really it was just Kyler Phillips.
Yeah, it's like your parents bought you what you thought was a Razor scooter as a child,
but it's Razor with like three Z's. It's like when I go to the store and they try to offer me Delta 8.
No, I like Kyler Phillips. He's very fun. The Matrix.
I just didn't rate him that high.
He's good. He has a win against Song Yadong.
I let you talk me into picking him. The UFC hatred for Peter Yan is what made me pick that in the fight, but I don't rate Song. I don't rate Song Yadong.
No, Peter Yan is just really fucking good. It's just his record has been. I think it's just a bad blip. I think he's on the revenge tour.
It was Russian sanctions.
Yeah. He got fucked, man. The person that really got fucked in this war, Peter Yan.
Yep.
I don't know.
Sure.
Didn't he beat the shit out of Sandhagen though? Did they fight?
Who? Yan?
Yan. At some point. I could be completely off base there.
I don't think so.
That's out of pocket. Yan. I mean, I know he's on this bad run. He lost to Merab. Everyone's going to lose to Merab.
He did. He won a 5-round decision against him in 2021.
2021, he beat Sandhagen, yeah.
Man, why is everyone calling me during I'm doing a pod? Don't they know we're podding right now?
I know. Corey's interesting. I want to see Corey and O'Malley.
That's the fight.
But we're going to get... Corey's going to lose to Umar because for some reason he's like, oh, yeah, I want the hardest fights. Give me Umar.
I don't know. And here's why.
Because Umar got dropped by a no-name.
I think we're catching Umar.
Umar got dropped by a can.
At the right time. Obviously, Umar's going to get a lot better. He's going to fix these holes in his game. We're going to work on things. I think this is the time if you want to get a win over him.
Do it now.
And Sandhagen has such a high fight IQ. Like
and he's a good wrestler.
He's Dominic Cruz level. I put him over Dominic Cruz with the way he can break down fights, break down striking. Like,
oh, dude, yeah. 100%.
Everyone gives Dom the rub.
I don't.
Well, we know I don't like him.
People always claim him or Aljo are like the best bantamweights of all time. And no, neither. Neither.
No, the best bantamweight of all time is Conor McGregor.
Best bantamweight of all time is Conor McGregor? The man that never fought a bantamweight?
Flyweight, damn it.
No, he's
Why does it always happen to me?
He's a featherweight.
Featherweight.
Yeah.
I fucking every time 45 and 35 just get like mixed up in my head. I don't know why.
And you're like, you always ride. You're like, bantamweight's the best division in the sport. And I'm like, I don't think you know what bantamweight is.
Featherweight. It's literally like so ingrained in me now that I just make the switch in my head and I'm like, fuck it, god damn it.
Yeah, but I'd rather just see Corey fight O'Malley and then have Merab fight Umar. Eliminate the two wrestlers. One of them. And then Merab will win that fight, and then Merab can beat whoever wins Sandhagen O'Malley.
I think it's a closer fight than Sandhagen versus Umar. I think Merab's too similar.
I do, but I still think Merab's the best in the division. He's the uncrowned king. I think that is easily the toughest fight for Sean.
It kind of feels like when Islam was just like waiting in the wings a little bit.
Umar too. Umar's a really bad matchup for Sean.
Mm-hmm. I think that's why Cheeto was given to him.
Yeah. They want some entertaining fights. They want him to get some notches on his belt.
I mean, he is the biggest star in the company.
Sean?
Yeah.
No, I disagree. He's like the biggest on TikTok and Instagram. But he's not even that. Islam's much bigger.
Well, Poirier probably is now.
Poirier's bigger. Islam's bigger. I would even argue maybe Dustin's bigger.
He's a star?
Than O'Malley, yeah.
No.
They're comparable. I don't think O'Malley, like, the reason they stacked this pay-per-view is because I don't think O'Malley could single-handedly carry the card.
I mean, he single-handedly got us some views.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of O'Malley, like, stands and, like, again, YouTube, Instagram, social media is not real live.
No, not at all.
It doesn't translate to pay-per-view buys.
No. I mean, it doesn't translate to people, like, going to your show either.
There's a lot of broke boys that'll just stream.
Mm-hmm. And they make money off streaming and whatever. Any other fights this weekend?
Francis got his
butt kicked.
Oh, there was that weird PFL Europe incident where homie got like a splinter or a piece of glass in his foot and had to stop the fight.
What? How did that happen? I missed that.
So it was it was either Wednesday or Thursday, and I think Mark Goddard was the ref,
mm-hmm.
and homie was just complaining. He's like, "Oh, I got like a piece of glass in my foot. Can we look at it?" And he's like, "No, continue to fight." And his opponent, like, respected. He's like, "I don't know. I don't really want to punch him right now." So Goddard stopped the fight and called it. He said, "Your foot's compromised, over." And yeah, they found, like, I guess someone like dragged in maybe like a cameraman or something, like a piece, like a splinter. Or like a piece of
in their
wood.
shoe or something?
In their shoe.
Yeah.
And it was in the ring. It went in his fucking foot.
Because you're dragging around.
Yeah.
Oh. It's amateur hour. That's a little annoying. Yeah. Not going to lie. Bigger news, though. Some of the biggest news. It's conference championship weekend last weekend for wrestling.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like, you're a college basketball fan now, huh?
Carter Sterucci. Going to be the next four-timer.
I'm glad we didn't lead with this.
Had a 64-match win streak for Penn State. Hurts his knee in the last dual meet of the year. Goes to Big Tens. Injury forfeits. Totally understandable. Like, why risk it now if you're going to get the at-large bid? You're a 3-time NCAA champion. They're not going to, like, not give you the at-large bid. Apparently gets kind of pissed at Shale. At Kale a little bit. The coach, Sanderson. Mm-hmm. Not sure if you're aware of the man.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right?
No.
Kurt Angle won a gold medal with a broken freaking neck.
We'll get to Kurt Angle next. No, Carter goes home, tweets, "Thank you, Penn State. On to the next adventure. We'll love you forever," or something. Shockwaves through the wrestling community. Like, this is, the premier program, the premier coach. Dominating everything. This is the middle of the dynasty, and you are one of the jewels in the crown.
He didn't get the auto bid?
Oh, he got the auto bid. He'll go. I guess it's not an option at all. I think he was just mad at Kale for not letting him wrestle and making him injury default both those matches. I think he wanted to wrestle.
He didn't want to look like a bitch.
He was also on like a 64-match win streak.
Oh, so if you forfeit. It goes against it, I guess.
Yep. But since you still entered the
Can you
tournament,
call a no-show? That shouldn't go against your record.
for the way it worked, like to qualify for nationals and stuff. Yeah. Crazy. We saw Matt Ramos, the 25-pounder who pinned Spencer Lee last year to stop his 4-timer, gets beat by like the 7th seed.
Mm-hmm.
Gets taken out pretty handedly.
Off night.
Keegan O'Toole versus
God, that's an awful name.
Do you know who Keegan O'Toole is, Dan?
I know, but his last name is literally Tool. And his first name also translates to Tool.
Keegan translates to Tool?
Keegan literally translates to Tool, yeah.
So
He's Tool O'Toole.
That's a little weird. But those of you who don't know who Keegan O'Toole is, he's the 160.
I'm also joking. The name Keegan's awful. It's a fucking awful name.
He's wrestling Carr from Iowa State. And these are probably the 2 best guys. Like, they're super elite levels, and they were trading matches back and forth. Last year, Keegan ended up getting the best of him at the NCAAs, which is what always matters. I think he's putting the distance in between the two. And what this man is doing right now is really special for Mizzou. And he is Ben Askren's first youth product out of AWA, like, to really crash through the stratosphere like this. And I'm telling you, man, he's looking good.
All right. Well, with that said, I think we've ran out of topics to talk about on this podcast.
Because I'm talking about wrestling. One of the key components. All right. Thank you all again. Like and subscribe. Talk shit in the comments because it's apparently the only thing that gets us views.
But subscribe.
But subscribe, please. Thumbs down, thumbs up, whatever. Love you all. Bye.